Listerine, all that shit. It's just deodorant. I was just running out of everything. So,
Hello everyone, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Cliff here with another live stream. Should be multi-streaming to both Twitch and YouTube today. Just going to check some of the details. Okay, got a special one in store for today's live stream, and that is a 2024 review of the IRL gear that I've used this year. Now hopefully the clouds aren't going to open up. Lots of clouds up there, and I did feel a light shower earlier. Fingers crossed, otherwise our stream could be cut short. Anyway, I'm going to find somewhere to sit down. So I'm just going to pop you guys onto my chest mount that I've got. And I'll go for a ride on the e-scooter. To have you guys on there securely, hopefully. I want to welcome you all to the live stream, second to last one possibly of the year. Not sure if we'll do a bonus on Christmas Day or New Year's Eve, but we'll see. Okay, there's a seated area up ahead, so let's find a seat over there. I do want to wish everyone happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Hope you're having a good one with friends and family. Very bumpy there. Oh, that's right, they moved the seats. So they're no longer in this area. Well, I hear music too, so that's not good. I think there is still some seats over here somewhere. They moved them as well. Ah. Okay, well, while we're here, we might as well check out the view. This area is called Silo Park. Lovely area. Restaurants have markets on Sundays. Fish market on the other side where the ASP building is. Go and have a drink, feed. Some of them are bars at night. Pretty cool area. Sky Tower straight ahead. Right. Okay. Let's find a seat. Any seats over here? Wow, it's very shallow in that space. What do you reckon? Will this do? Sure. And then I will hang out for here for a little bit and then we'll move on. Okay, so I plan to do a screen share today. Let's try and get that working. Which means I won't be able to hear TTs or anything. I have to solely rely on what I see on my streaming phone screen. Anyway, let's see. One moment. I have to go now to do this. Oh, that's right. We're going to use Streamlabs. Streamlabs has a screen sharing option in their mobile app, but it's only, at least for now, available for iOS. So I'm going to go live, and then if you have a look down there, got camera, which is what you'd normally use, or screen share. So when or if that becomes available in the Android version, you'll see it here in one of the first steps to go live. So yes, we want to screen share, custom RTMP server, which I've already set up, but I could click on this button. Just going to move those a little bit. Okay, so I've got some entries here for Twitch, YouTube, Kick, which is RTMP link, and IRL hosting. So that's what I'm using to screen share. They have a RTMP endpoint, which is about $10 a month. So I'm going to choose that option. The title doesn't really matter. Going to click save and then go live. So yes, we want to go live, start broadcast. That'll start broadcasting. Okay, so I see a little red icon at the top left hand corner, meaning that is screen sharing. But within OBS, I probably have to enable a not that button. I have to go to my stream deck, wait for it to load. It's been a bit slow today. Okay, and then enable sidebar on, that button. Now in the chat I can see it says sidebar opened, but I don't know if it's actually open. So I'm just going to go over to this tab to check out the preview. It'll be a little delayed. Okay, cool. Sidebar is open now. Now I think what I might need to do is close out of the sidebar. So no sidebar no. And I just need to make sure that my screen share is ready. Ah, yeah, it's ready. So I'm going to go back. I need to wait for that to reload. Sidebar on. Great. Sidebar is open. I'm going to swipe over to Discord. Now I've opened a private channel just because I wanted all these images and things to be ready for today's stream. And I've gone through, what do I call it? One of my channels is where live photos, I think, which is available for Twitch subscribers. But I went through there right back to the beginning of 2024, one of my earliest streams where I took photos of my gear. So when I use my phone or my camera, those photos get uploaded to the Discord into that other channel. So I just compiled or downloaded all the live photos of my gear, which I try to do whenever there's a change up in the setup. So here we are with the very first one, and I'll just tap on that. Okay, so we have my Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, the Ulanzi J12, which is what I started the year off with. We've got a magnetic cable plugged into a battery grip. Now this setup is almost what I had for TwitchCon, or ideally what I would have liked to have taken with me to TwitchCon. But I'd love to have had this, because see how minimalist it is. Instead I didn't. I had the Rode Wireless Me, which involved having the receiver on a cold shoe, and then I needed to split the power, so there's quite a lot of bits and bobs to that setup. So just going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I was working with on this particular stream. So Ulanzi J12, that form factor I love for IRL streaming using a mobile phone. So I do need to state that if you do any other kind of IRL streaming, like with a mirrorless camera or whatever, then it's probably not the best for that kind of setup. But for mobile phone streaming, I definitely love that form factor. I've got the S23 Ultra running IRL Pro. We've got a phone holder from Ulanzi. We also have a, what's that thing? A quick release mount from a company called PGYTech. And then we've got the Godox battery grip. So that is really nice if you don't want a tripod with a, what do you call it, with a battery bank attached to it, maybe in your pocket, lots of loose cables and things. So as you can see here with this setup, it is pretty clean. So the tripod is also the battery bank. We've got the magnetic charging cable there, so it's quick and easy to plug in and unplug to charge your phone. And remember, with this pass-through charging system, you're able to keep your phone charged and also have continuous audio with the Ulanzi. So that is a great setup, and it depends on what you're doing when you use this thing. I do actually have it here, so I'm just going to try and find it in my bag of goodies. It's in here somewhere. Oh, okay, what I'll do, I'll pop you guys on a tripod. This isn't in our setup today, but it's a variation of what I will be going over. So I've got the PGYTech quick release mount on there, attached to a GoPro sort of thing. There's a quick release mount for this tripod too. So in this case, it works for what I'm doing, but there are lots of bits and bobs to it. So I'm just going to pop you down over here and try and find what I need. In the meantime, taking the sights. Okay, here we go. First item. Just scroll out a little bit. When was this? So this was in March of this year, the 22nd, that I took this photo. The phone holder, so that's holding the Samsung. The battery grip is really the thing I want to highlight out of this photo. Quick release, charging cable. So I'll just grab one that's in my bag. So this is a very short magnetic charging cable, so you could plug that into here, into the battery grip, and then you're able to quickly charge your phone with this thing. So I'm a real big fan of magnetic charging cables, less wear and tear on the pass-through charging port of, let's say, the Ulanzi or whatever you're using to charge your phone, or the wireless receiver. So that pass-through port can become worn if you're sort of plugging in to charge up your phone every now and again. So after some time they'll start to wear out. So having this sort of thing is just going to make it a bit easier on your gear. And if you need to replace this, they're pretty cheap. I think it was like $8, something like that, online. I first found out about them on Temu. They'll get on Temu. And then I found them on various other sites. You might find them locally too. By the way, if you do want to get any of this gear, you should find links in my YouTube live description. Like for the Godox, this is a 10,000 milliampere battery grip. So it does act as a tripod. So, I would recommend larger feet. So don't really use these ones. I mean, they're okay, but they're a bit small, and depending on what you're going to put on top of this and your phone, it can get top heavy, possibly fall over. So that's one sort of critique I have on it. But I do use these feet for one of my gimbals. I think they work perfectly for that. Anyway, yeah, so that's the first item in our list of things today. So I'll pop that away. More sights. I'm going to go to the very next item. So May of this year, what's it, May 3rd? In this photo we have the S23 Ultra, Ulanzi J12, got the phone holder, Insta360 tripod, and quick release. So same one as before. So I should have the other one in here somewhere. So I'll pop you guys down again. Now, what I might have to do is, for my streaming phone, I'm going to open up, let's say, YouTube. Open up YouTube. So I need to see what's happening on my stream. Because currently I have no way of knowing if the sidebar is going to stop working. Okay, sidebar's still there. Good, good, good. Oh no, actually, maybe I should use Twitch instead. So with Twitch, I can see chat. Chat from both Twitch and YouTube. So let's see. So just be a moment. Channel. And cool. So I'm looking at things sideways, but that is fine. So one thing I really like about this tripod, that's from Insta360, it's got a little button at the bottom. So that button I can press, and then so I close the legs like so, press it, and then it makes it really easy to open up the legs on the tripod. A bit hard one-handed, but I think you get the point, right? So it's just a little sort of nice touch they have there. And of course, usually you'd use this with Insta360 camera. That's what they call a visible selfie stick. I don't know if I can have both of my apps open. Oh, wrong app, not that one. So IRL Pro for composition. Oh yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, so basically this gave me a lot more height versus some of the other tripods I had, and I forget the reason why I got this one, but I still use it. I use it for my teleprompter for YouTube videos. Yeah, but it's really nice, really well made. I think I was looking for gear so that I could attach a battery bank to my tripod. So this was before the Godox battery grip, which is kind of all in one. So you'd have this, you'd have a clamp which you would put your battery on, and then a charging cable from there to your phone. So I needed something bigger than the other ones I had. Yeah, but yeah, I really like this, really well made. Good tripod from Insta360. And as you can see there, in terms of audio, we were still using the Ulanzi J12 at that point. So exit out of there. Anything else to note? Alright, so go on to the next photo. So this is number 3. This is the type of gear you would use if you need something small and compact. So I've got the iPhone 11 this time, inside a phone holder and a mini tripod. I should have a version of that in my bag. It's kind of what I've got you guys on at the moment. So pretend my Galaxy S9 is one of my main phones that I use for streaming, either the iPhone 11 or the S23 Ultra. See, this is a pretty good setup. The only problem with it is it's quite bulky. I mean, the phone holder and tripod. I eventually found something from the same company that replaced this setup, because we did a live stream at Auckland Art Gallery. I think that was in October, I think, and I needed it to fold up into my pocket. So if I take my S9 out, this is one of my support phones. Here's the phone holder, also bright and colourful. So the new one I got is just black, which I prefer for what I do. I keep everything black. So if I was to fold that up, and if I wanted to keep it in one piece, that's the smallest that's going to get. So imagine that in your pocket. Yeah, it's a bit clunky, a bit big. So the next version of this is much better. Also, it's two separate parts, so you have to buy the tripod and the phone holder separately. They do have a bundle kit version of this now, so that makes it a little more affordable, but I wouldn't really recommend this. The other one is much better. Just wanted to show you the sort of evolution of where we went with all this. Okay, put the guys down again. And then let's see, we're now into June, a couple of months later, June the 16th. I believe this was Armageddon Expo, or Wintergeddon. So in the photo we have the S23 Ultra, the Ulanzi J12, still on that for our audio, and the DJi Osmo Mobile 6. I was looking for something that would give me better stabilization, because one of the streams I did with iPhone, it got into low light, and iPhone has pretty solid stabilization during the day, but once you get into low light, it becomes unusable. So that spurred me into getting a gimbal. And the thing that ticked most of the boxes was this one, which is the Osmo Mobile 6. Now if you heard that ding, that was the gimbal turning on. I'm just going to turn it off. There's Osmo Mobile 6. Really good gimbal. I suppose my only critiques about it would be the battery life, because when we were at that Armageddon, we were running out of juice and it died. Hey Mitnat, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. True, and you are first. How's it going? So back to our gear. Osmo Mobile 6 battery life is about 4 hours, which didn't quite cut it for our stream at Armageddon Expo, Wintergeddon. Ran out of juice, and then right towards the end, it completely died. Oh, and I also did another stream, which was a dog day out, and that was about 4 hours. The battery died, and once it's run out of juice, it becomes really floppy. I've had the phone in there. So what that made me think about in terms of a gimbal is a way that you could lock all of these moving parts. So that way at least you could use it as a like a selfie stick. But without power, it's kind of useless. You can't really use it. I think one of the new gimbals from Hohem, they've actually added in locking mechanisms. I'm quite curious if they act in that way. Act like a, you know, what do you call it? Like a selfie stick. But I believe it's for moving. So, you know, if you're sort of traveling somewhere with the gimbal, then you lock it into place so it doesn't move around. So I wonder if you can lock it into that sort of selfie stick positions. Can the gimbal be charged while still in use? Yeah, I've done it for both this one and the other gimbal that I got later on. Yeah, so I have, on the side, I've got a magnetic, what do we call it, adapter plugged in. So with one of my magnetic charging cables, I can always just quickly pop it into a charge. I do that for this one, I've done it, and I've also done it for the other gimbal that I got. So yeah, that's a good thing, because some of these things, they will turn off if you don't have it, you know, if you start plugging in for power, it'll stop working. But the feet on this are great, very wide, so I don't really have to worry about it falling over. The color, I wish it was a black, or at least maybe when they eventually roll out an OM7, if they could match the color of the gimbal with the newer DJi mics. So the Mic Mini is like a darker grey, not this sort of light grey color. So if they could do that, that's one little critique. The magnetic bit, I'm not a fan of this. It would be good if they also had a selfie stick that the magnetic bit could connect to. So let's say this runs out of juice, you take it off here and then put it onto the selfie stick. But they don't really have like a lot of accessories for this. Basically, you can buy one of these little magnetic things with a fill light on it, or you have this one that comes with it. So they didn't really do much with that. And with my paranoia, I feel like as if someone who sort of knows this gimbal will go, "Oh, free phone," run past, grab your phone, pull it off the gimbal, and do a runner. So, me being super paranoid and all that, that's kind of like what one of my thoughts was like. Yeah, I don't know about this idea. It's also, once it's on your phone, it's quite clunky. It's still quite big, so it's not like yeah, you couldn't really put your phone down on a table and use it normally with this phone grippy thing on it. Now, if they go the way of using, what do they call it? MagSafe. I don't know if I'll be a big fan of that either. Because of the same issue I have with this thing. Anyway, yeah. So battery life, that was one critique I had with it. The other one being the color, and I'm not a big fan of this magnetic thing here. Otherwise, as a gimbal, I really like it, and I was really happy with it. It sort of ticked everything that I wanted as a mobile phone streamer. You know, it was easy to start up. It could fold up, fit in my pocket, although I'd have to unscrew the feet and take them off. And then it worked really well as a gimbal, but it was what, maybe a month or two after buying this one that the next gimbal came out that I ended up buying. So I was like, oh man. But yeah, still, as a gimbal, it's still a solid gimbal there. I think the price has come down a lot as well, so big discounts on that one. Let's see, so if we go down to the next thing, now here, you'll notice that we've got a new gimbal. We have no audio on this one, so what is our description? So on the iPhone 11 in this photo, this was in July of 26, and then we've got the Hohem iSteady V3. So that's what replaced this gimbal here. We've got a battery bank and a magnetic charging cable attached to that. So I just pop our phone down. And then put the gimbal away. One moment, folks, for a moment. Grab the other one. And here's the difference. There's the new gimbal, so much smaller. I have not included the feet that I usually have on it. So this is what it comes as. We've got the magnetic charging cable in there. So I'll pop you guys down again. And let's pull the feet out. Okay, so why did I get this gimbal? Well, firstly, it has AI face tracking. Not that I've used it that much. It was great at first, but I guess I didn't really need it. And ideally it could work closer. So you have to be a fair distance away, about arm's length away for the AI tracking to really work nicely. But it's really nice to have, just the ability to use it. The DJi has tracking, but you have to use the app. So if you're recording video, you're fine. But for what I do, IRL mobile phone streaming, then it's just really cool, a cool feature to have in a gimbal. So you can use any app you want and you'll still have the face tracking. Also, there's no magnetic phone holder part, so I was a fan of that. The color is a dark, I don't think it's black, but yeah, it's very dark in color. I'm not a big fan of the orange accents, but there isn't as much as some other sort of things, like that earlier tripod you guys saw. The remote control, cool to have, but also something that I haven't really used much. So you can pull the remote control out, you can control the gimbal with this remote control, pop it back in. So I really haven't used it at all, and in fact I'd probably prefer not to have a remote control, because I kind of lose stuff all the time. So maybe in this version I'll be okay if that was in there, I'll be interested to know how many people really love the remote control. The new M7 though, it has a screen on it where you can touch people's faces and then the face tracking will switch from, let's say, you to somebody else. Now that's really good to have. Now that makes a lot of sense. I don't know if they'll bring it down to this class of gimbals. So maybe they'll sort of maintain this remote control versus like the M series of gimbals. The feet, don't like these feet. It's nice to have them. And I suppose you want to keep things real nice and small, then great. But the handle is also quite small for my big hands to be able to use this. So I use the Godox grip feet on this tripod. And let's see, what else? Oh, it's got a full light as well, so it comes with the gimbal. So the AI tracking is also full light. So there's just things that this has that kind of pushes, levels, goes next level over what the OM6 could do. So I'll be interested to see what DJi do with the OM7, if they're able to top what this guy could do, you know? So I'm really interested to see what happens in the next maybe year or two. So DJi, see if you can include all the things I love about this one. I think my only critique on this now is I wish it had a charging port. The M7 has a charging port so you can keep your phone charged. So that is a feature that I really wish this one had. Because then, you know, I wouldn't need to plug a cable into my phone while it's in the gimbal. Because the gimbal really hates any kind of cables or things plugged into your phone while it's in use. Even when it's seated, when I've got it down like this, gimbal's not a fan of it. So yeah, if I had that plugged into there, then all I'd need to do to charge the gimbal and the phone is to use this port here, which isn't affecting the stabilization at all. So I mean, maybe I could sort of upgrade to the M7, but the thing is, I like the size of this. It's compact, it folds up. This does fit in my little bag that I use, whereas the M7, basically I'd have to leave holding it because I wouldn't pack it away and stuff. So I don't know, we'll have to see about that. Otherwise I like everything that the M7 does, tops us, except for the size of it. So maybe with the next version of this, they could have it handle a bigger payload. I think it's just on the verge of what my S23 Ultra, so it's getting quite close to that maximum payload for this gimbal. So as soon as you start adding other things like a lens on there, it doesn't like it. And I've tried. But otherwise, this is like a almost near perfect gimbal. Let's see. So critiques on this one would be, it doesn't have a locking mechanism either. So if this did run out of juice, and it hasn't, the battery life on this is up to 10 hours, depending on if you're using the full light and the AI tracking. But it's up to 10 hours, so I haven't had to worry about the battery life. And so the other thing would be if you could lock all these joints so that you could use it like a selfie stick. So let's say it did run out of juice, then you could sort of lock this in place, lock this other moving part here, and then you could just use it like a selfie stick. Know what I mean? Okay, so that was a purchase I think I was pretty happy with. One of my best purchases this year, I think. So really happy with that. I use this a lot, this gimbal. So I'll pop you guys down again and put away our gimbal. So I do want to remind you guys that this is all in regards to mobile phone streaming. So of course, if you do something else like a ballot box, backpack, that kind of thing, then a lot of this probably really isn't applicable to you. Oh, my screen turned off, which means screen sharing probably died too. Try and turn on my external power for the iPhone. One momento, folks. Chicken stream. Come on. There we go. Speed up. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, alright, so just need to resume our broadcast, our screen share. Screen broadcast, got a red light in the top left corner. Don't know if that's actually working though, so let's swipe over. We're going to check IRL link, which I use to control my stream. Just going to press the play button so I can see what's happening and see if that'll work. Oh, okay, great. So it's just showing now on my preview. So go back to Discord. I'd say it was back in July, so we're halfway through the year. I'm going to close out of there. I'm going to go to August 23rd. So in August, and in this photo, I was just trying to remember the stream. I don't remember. We're on Elliott Street, that much I recall. So we're using iPhone 11. At this stage, we'd gotten ourselves the Hollyland Lark M2. So a change up in the audio. Whereas previously we were using the Ulanzi J12, the Hollyland. I'll just grab that out of my pocket. Don. Okay, so Hollyland did a couple of things for us. Firstly, we had a microphone that we could use with a lightning device, so older iPhone. We could use it with a device that has USB-C that supports audio through that. So the Samsung S23 Ultra, well, at least this kit that I've got has everything in it. You can buy different versions of it depending on what you need. But yeah, the combo pack that I got had a receiver for lightning, receiver for USB-C, and also has a 3.5mm receiver for like a mirrorless kit. And one of my favorite things with this is that I really like that magnetic system that it has. So you can clip it onto like a clip that you'd usually attach to your shirt collar, or a necklace thing that goes around your neck, so magnetically attach your mic to that. It has a windshield, which is a bit overkill. The furry windshield that goes right over the top of it looks like a hedgehog. I think they need to improve that. There's probably one critique I have on it. They could come out with an updated windshield that just covers the top, something that's just not as crazy as the one that comes in the combo. Other than that, I mean, I like the audio out of it's pretty clean. Noise reduction is decent. I don't know if they'll ever be perfect. It can handle loud environments, up to 115 decibels, maximum SPL. So it has that, and we've used it in some pretty noisy places, like Christmas in the park. We were using this mic. In the photo, what else? We're using the Hohem iSteady V3. We've got the battery bank, and I've got a charging magnetic cable, so a longer one in this photo. So just zoomy. So there's our gear from this photo. What I like about it is it has that same form factor with the receiver, so it keeps it nice and small to what the Ulanzi had. So that form factor, I'm a fan for. Just need to check out chat. Sure. I can get this preview to play. Oh, it's behind. Can I get it to catch up? One moment, folks. Oh, it's way behind. Okay. No, no, not that. Oh, maybe that's fine. I should get a photo of this. So I've got IRL Pro and the YouTube app in split screen mode on my S23 Ultra, and they're both sideways. Yeah? Uh-oh. Okay, that's not what we want. Okay, I'll just exit out of there. Are we back to normal again? Okay, I'll just assume we're okay. So back over here. Oh yeah, the necklace, magnetic necklace that you wear to attach the transmitter with the furry windshield on it. When you have that on, it doesn't look as weird as when you have it, when you don't have the necklace, because it looks like something that, you know, you would get as a necklace. Alright, things look okay there. And yeah, I really like that setup because you can quickly detach the transmitter from the necklace, speak into the mic a lot closer to your mouth if you're in a really noisy place, and then you can reattach it once you're in a less noisy place. Okay, right. So the Hollyland, really like, and I still use it, especially if you need something really small and compact. So we'll close out of that one. We'll move on to September, so getting closer to the end of the year. Since September the 27th, and in this photo, this is what I use for screen sharing. Like if I'm playing Pokemon Go, I found this to be the easiest sort of kit to walk around while I'm interacting with chat and everything. Okay. Gonna move our chat bar. I don't. Okay. If I zoom in a bit, you'll see in this photo, what do I have? So Samsung S23 Ultra. We've got the Hollyland Lark M2. We have the DJi Osmo Mobile 6. And we've got like a clamp thing, phone holder for our chat phone. I didn't actually bring the clamp, but that was our sort of kit. One improvement I'd like over this is for the phone holder part to be made out of plastic, because, you know, if you add all this stuff together, it's quite heavy. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. And those metal parts is made even heavier. So ideally, yeah, just like a plastic phone holder part that will attach to the gimbal. I think that'd be better than what I use in here. Just to trim that weight down a little bit. So, okay. So not too different from what we've seen. And yeah, I went back to the DJi because I was experiencing some issues with the Hohem, and it would flip sideways and flip upside down and do things like that. I think that was mainly because I had it plugged into the charging. So that cable pulling on the phone, the gimbal really didn't like that. So since then, I've been using the phone without a charging cable plugged in while it's attached to the gimbal, and it's been fine. So I did a stream where I used the DJi and I say, oh look, it's not flipping and turning sideways or anything, but I didn't have a charging cable plugged in at the time. So I tried it with the Hohem, no problem. So that's why I think you really need that charging port in the phone holder part of the gimbal, especially if you're going to do long streams. A couple hours, 1 to 2 hours, you're okay. Alright, so moving on to November, so jump forward a couple of months. So in November, there was one other change, and that was our gimbal. Not our gimbal. We found ourselves this phone holder. So I'll just grab it. Whoop. Pop the Hollyland away. Okay, so what I like about this is it improves on the old phone holder. It's just one piece, and also transform. Now this can be used in multiple ways. You can use it like this, like a normal tripod. And we'll grab the Samsung S9. Where is it? S9. Oh, it's in the pocket. So that'll be our demo phone. There's our demo phone. Okay, so it can be used like this. This is one way, and probably the way you use it the most. You can of course slide the phone holder part up and down, so we'll just push it up so it's flush with the top. So it looks a bit better that way, right? You can use it vertically because this twists. So you can use it like that. So 1-2 uses. It has cold shoes in the top and bottom or the sides. So if you did need to use something like a Rode Wireless Me or mic or receiver system which requires a cold shoe, then you have that here. Or perhaps you've got a mic, not a wireless mic, but a shotgun mic that you can slot into there and then attach your phone. So you have that as an option. Perhaps a mic and a light, so you can have that kind of setup. One of the other ways that I like to use this is in a kind of, let's see, I'm not sure if you can see that. So you can use it like this. Let's say you're sitting in a cafe, at the airport, a location where you just need to engage with your chat, keep things simple. You're not really going to walk around with it much. You're just going to jump on for, let's say, half an hour or so, catching a flight or whatever. So you just set that up somewhere while you're drinking a coffee, have a chat to everybody, have a wireless mic plugged in maybe, and then, you know, this is a good little setup for that. Or as you can see, this can be used like a photo or camera grip. That button here on the top is a Bluetooth button, so it could be linked to your camera to stop streaming, or if you're taking photos, to take photos in the Photos app. So there's multiple ways to use this. And of course, when you sort of take your phone out, that's how big it is. You know, it's really small. That will fit in your pocket, or most pockets, I suppose. Compare that with the other one. So that is a lot smaller than this one. And of course there are smaller, even Ulanzi tripods that have one that's like a credit card size shape. But I prefer all the different ways you can use this one. Yeah, so I don't really need this one anymore. Tiny as, yeah. But maybe as like a backup for at home. So I have this by my computer, and if I need to do a quick recording or something, then I'll use it for that. Otherwise, if I'm out doing IRL, I just have that in my bag or my pocket, as a sort of backup. Tiny as. And of course it does extend up. So this does have an extension rod in it. So it gives you extra height. And this is actually taller than that other one. So, yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, so that is probably one of the best buys price-wise and versatility. I think locally it was about 40 New Zealand dollars. So in the US maybe $15 to $20. So really great. And see, they do have the branding on there. This is what Rode should do. You can see the branding on it, but it's not like in your face. It has that sort of, what's that term I use? So it's a combination of matte versus shiny black. So most of this is a matte color, but the branding is actually shiny, so it stands out. You can see the branding. I wish more companies would do this, and I think Rode does do it in their Pro products. But I'd love for them to just, everyone to do that. So it's almost completely black except for, let's see. Except for, yeah, so you get a little bit of metal silver popping through. Yeah, so if you were to sort of have that exposed, then there'd be the only sort of silver or non-black thing you'd see. But yeah, really like this. Best buy, price-wise, value for money. Ulanzi really good at that. So pop that on the way. Goes back in the bag. So in the photo we have the S23 Ultra, the Hollyland Lark M2 and the Ulanzi JJ02. So that's that tripod. November 15th, so not long ago. And then, let's see, November 29, so that's when we had our latest buy. And it was this guy. So this is the DJi Mic Mini. Zoom in on our photo. In the photo, I'll just go over the gear. So we have the S23 Ultra, DJi Mic Mini, and we have the Hohem iSteady V3 gimbal. So you can see the receiver there. Now for this kit, by default, well, I think this one comes with multiple versions, just like the Hollyland. But with this kit, it comes with 2 transmitters, it has the receiver, it has a USB-C adapter, and a 3.5mm. It doesn't have a lightning, you have to buy that separately, which is about 40 New Zealand dollars. I wish that included the lightning as well, but I kind of understand the reasoning in that even Apple have moved to USB-C. But I don't know. Maybe they'll include it in the future. But yeah, I do have an iPhone with a lightning port, and I think my next few iPhones will be lightning as well. So it just would have been nice if they had included the lightning. Maybe they will at some point, once costs have gone down, etc. Mic Mini, oh, how about that? Got a link in the chat. Yeah, Mic Mini it's great. I love the audio that comes out of it. It also has an SPL of 120 decibels, so one-ups the Hollyland Lark M2, so it can handle slightly louder environments. It has the low-cut filter, which the Hollyland doesn't have. The form factor in general is, well, actually the receiver I'm not a big fan of. I wish that made that similar in form factor to the Ulanzi and Hollyland. So maybe if they were to do a version 2, go for a line of microphones that are for mobile phones, and then have the Pro for like everything. But the audio I really like. I think, yeah, probably my favorite out of all 3 that I have. Let's see. Mic Mini. Just thinking about it. Oh, I love that the kit has everything. So I only really need that, carry that around with me. Whereas with the Hollyland, if you take the charging case with you, you can't put everything in it. So in here, you know, you could have the windshields on the transmitters inside the case. You have the receiver in there. You could have both adapters in there. The 3.5mm, so everything would fit inside of this case. Yeah, whereas with the Hollyland, I would need like a carry bag thing with me if I wanted to use Lightning, maybe switch to USB-C, or maybe switch to 3.5mm. So I would need to take everything with me. So there's lots of bits and bobs. The fairy windshields, they don't fit inside the case, so yeah, there's sort of one downside to the Hollyland, and maybe with the next version they'll address that. But this, everything fits in it. Fantastic, really love that about the DJi Mic Mini. Audio love, so it covered the sound pressure level SPL, that this can go up to 120. Let's see, loco filter, noise reduction. Well, let's see. I think I like the DJi Mic Mini slightly more than the Hollyland. Once you sort of, and I keep both of them in just their normal mode. So they have a strong noise reduction too, and it just doesn't sound too good. So the normal sounds fine. I think what I've heard of noise reduction on these three mics, so the Ulanzi, the Hollyland, and the DJi, they're okay. They're not as good as like post-production noise reduction. So those ones, they sound really, they can cut out almost everything. Whereas these ones sort of get a little robotic. They're okay, they're okay. Let's see, anything else? So features-wise, I think this one has quite a few features over the Hollyland. And it does just have a clip for the transmitter that you attach to your shirt. So it doesn't have as many options to attach the transmitter to yourself, like the necklace and everything that the Hollyland has. So that necklace is probably my favorite way to attach a mic to me. I just really like that. I didn't think I would. Oh, nah. Why would I use this? But I think it's way better than using the clip. Okay, anything else I want to mention? We go, oh jeez, screen turned off again. Stop doing that. Just going to check our stream. One moment, folks. Don't know why my screen share keeps turning off if I've got it plugged into battery. Or my screen, I mean. Okay, alright. Go back in. Start broadcast. 2, 1. So it should be live again. So I'm going to go back to IRL link. Check out our stream. I have to turn the sidebar back on. Oh no, it's there. Okay, cool. So we'll go back to Discord. So back over into Discord. So there is our DJi Mic Mini receiver plugged into the side of the Samsung Hohem iSteady V3. So that's a combo I've been using a lot. So I think stabilization, got all the features with the Hohem, got great audio out of the DJi Mic Mini. Also IRL Pro, especially with the beta version, gives you picture-in-picture now. So a great combo of bits and bobs for mobile phone streaming. So that was in November, so we're almost up to where we are now. Let's see, December 15, this is when I was testing the Aicoco. Now for this setup, what you see there is what I recommend for this system. So I'll just grab it. Check out the feet on this one. And also we need our hotspot. Okay, so Aicoco got in touch with me in November, I think. Yeah, a little while ago. And they wanted to know if I could look at their latest streaming camera. So I had to look through the details, liked what I saw. I said, yeah, sure, I'll have a look. And we've put it through lots of different tests. And I think this is the best way to use it. So you could use it horizontally, but our last one was vertically. And with this test, actually we need a phone. So I'll just grab the Samsung. Lay that down. Okay, so if you're streaming directly to YouTube, you can do it in 4K. Picture looks great in 4K. Best picture I've seen out of all the gear that I've got. I think they're using HLS in order to support that kind of connection. So HLS, H.265, you just do it all through the mobile phone app. So you choose all those options, and I have all those details in my tests of like the best settings and everything. So you need a combo of the Aicoco camera with your phone that has the Aicoco Live app and then a portable hotspot. So that combo there will keep you connected. And this Aicoco is from the Creator Kit, which comes with this tripod. This tripod I really like. It has a phone holder. There's so few tripods that have a phone holder built into them. You kind of need it for this. So you would pop your phone to use for chat and the Aicoco app in there. Pop your phone in, open the app, turn on the Aicoco device. You connect the phone app to the Aicoco via Bluetooth, and then you connect the Wi-Fi, which will be the portable hotspot. And once you've done that, you can exit out of the, well, actually you go live depending on what platform. So say YouTube 4K, go live, you can exit out of there, then open up the YouTube app, and that's how you can read chat and everything. And then once you finish, swipe out of the YouTube app, go back to the Aicoco Live app, and then end the stream. So it's actually a pretty small setup. You really only need one phone with it, which I like, whereas with my streaming, I usually have 2 or more phones with me. So if you're just wanting something real simple, I like what they've done. The only critique I'd have, besides some software issues, is I wish that you didn't need the hotspot. So if you're just using one Aicoco and it could use the Wi-Fi or internet from the mobile app, it would be great if you could sort of cut that bit out. But if you're at home and you've got it connected as a wireless camera or via USB-C or whatever, then I can understand why you'd want everything connected to the Wi-Fi. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I quite like this system. Although I'm pretty entrenched in mobile phone streaming, and I like, especially for the kind of IRL that I do, you really need like SRT, H.265 to be able to choose those as options. And maybe the Aicoco app will have those in a future update. I don't know. But as it is right now, I think if you're just using this to stream to YouTube, awesome picture. But yeah, that is the gear in review for 2024. For all the bits and bobs that I've used. So I guess pop you guys down again. pack these away. Pack these away. If you're wondering about our audio, I'm not sure if I told you guys. So the audio I chose to go with today is the DJi Mic Mini. So I have that transmitter, and we have our streaming phone is the S23 Ultra, USB-C receiver plugged into the side of the Ultra, and this mini tripod which I've been using. So this one here, which has that quick release mount on it, because I have another one here, pretty close here. So I have that one on my chest mount, so that I could switch from one to the other. So I'll just reattach it to the chest mount. Make sure you're on there properly. Pop our tripod in there. There's our e-scooter, so that's one other bit we've been using for streaming. Did our things die again? It did too. Oh well. I am just going to check. Check our Discord. So December 15, Aicoco onAir, DJi Mic Mini, tripod with chat phone holder, iPhone 11. So if you wanted good wireless audio, then that works really nicely, that setup. So it'd be the 3.5mm cable connected to the Aicoco iPhone. I hadn't tested like my S9, but it would have been interesting to use that, like a really old phone with this setup. And I'm still curious if the video is coming from Aicoco or if it's somehow going through the app to the internet. So what's sort of happening with that sort of transmission or signal being sent. So if I was to use my oldest phone, which is S9, will the quality still be good, as good? Also, would the Aicoco app even be available for my S9 because it's such an old phone? Anyway, I think that's everything. So December 15, Aicoco. There were a few more tests I wanted to do with that. So that is our year in review. Going back to March all the way up until this month. So there are 10 things on there. Alright, I suppose, what should I say would be my favorite gear to use to sort of round this up? Now, if I'm walking around, so doing a walk around talking stream, so I would use the Hohem, and the DJi Mic Mini. So I like that audio. So that combo from November 29 is, well, I guess it has to be the S23 Ultra because I don't have the lightning adapter. So I can't use my iPhone with the DJi Mic Mini. So S23 Ultra with the DJi Mic Mini, Hohem gimbal. Let's say if I wanted to screen share, then I could use the iPhone to screen share. So that combo works. If I just wanted to do like a small setup, something like this one here, I don't know if you can see that, then I would use iPhone with the Hollyland Lark M2 and the Ulanzi JJ02. Yeah. Otherwise, let's see, I don't really have a reason for the Ulanzi anymore because the other mics are superior over the Ulanzi. For example, the Ulanzi doesn't have windshields, so in a windy place like right now, it would not be great in that. And also they distort really quickly. So I think the SPL on those is quite low, maybe 90, perhaps 100, before the audio starts distorting. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, oh yeah, review. So I have to remember to keep taking photos of my gear when I start streaming, especially if there's something new, because I have forgotten, I think, a few times. Now, I don't really have a reason to use the OM6, except just to compare. Mainly the battery life. I think that's the big thing about it. Because my streams can go to 2 to 4 hours. So I just don't know if I'm going to have enough juice for that, or if it's going to be all floppy on me when it runs out. Also, with the OM6, as soon as you unfold it, it turns on straight away, whereas the Hohem doesn't. I actually prefer that it doesn't turn on straight away. Sometimes I just want to unfold it and then put my phone in. But yeah, when I'm ready to turn it on, it turns on. So I like that sort of does that for you, but I'd also for it to be an option that you can turn on or off. Keep forgetting to take that. Yeah, same. I know, right? I keep forgetting. So I try and do it at the beginning. Let's see, any other thoughts about these? So the Insta360 I don't really need. Maybe if I was to get a action camera at some point, then I would use that. Oh, especially in Insta360, because you have the invisible selfie stick thing. And the battery grip, in specific cases where I'm not too worried about stabilization, so probably better if I'm using the iPhone, because it has better stabilization, especially on the selfie camera. And yeah, if I want to power the iPhone, then I'd use that probably, well, I guess it would be with the Hollyland. So Hollyland, because I have the lightning adapter plugged into iPhone and the phone holder, and then on the battery grip. What would you say is the average run time of these 23 Hohem gimbal mic mini? Well, let's see, the Hohem I haven't run out of battery, because it goes up to 10 hours of battery life. Let's find somewhere else, somewhere a better, different view. So we'll just go over there. So view of viaduct. And also think about your question. Let's see. Average battery life of S23. So that has degraded over time. I think that's normal. Normal for phone streaming. Because streaming is quite taxing on your phone's battery. That's what I found when I was using the iPhone. When I first started streaming, the battery life was about 3 hours. And then over time, went down to 2.5, 2 hours. I think I'd be lucky if I got an hour out of the iPhone 11 without any kind of charging. So at the moment, I think I'm getting about 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that with this S23 Ultra. So I haven't plugged it in at all, and we're at 61% battery. So let's say 2-3 hours maybe with the S23 Ultra, the Hohem up to 10 hours. So I haven't really had an event or something to really put that battery life to the test for the Hohem. So it hasn't run out on me, and the Mic Mini, I think, from memory, it's supposed to be, isn't the similar battery life? Let's say 6 to 10 hours. So I think the Mic Mini is also supposed to have pretty decent battery. The receiver, I know, it's got its own internal battery. I like the others that use the phone battery. But I think I would, for everything, I would get like a 3-hour stream in without having to worry about battery life. At this point, the weakest out of those would be the phone. So when the phone is about to die, that would be the end of the stream. Hohem gimbal Mic Mini, okay. While live streaming with that gear, Hohem isn't able to charge these 23. Not this one, it doesn't have a charging port. So I believe the M6, which is the big brother to the V3, it has a charging port by the phone holder. Where's the Hohem? Oh yeah, I believe it has. And the M7, which is released this month, I believe. So they've got their charging port, so all you need to do is just charge the gimbal, and they'll keep the gimbal and your phone charged. I would love that feature to be added to the V series of gimbals, but I would understand if they don't. That's probably my only critique with the V3. So well, actually, I did mention a couple. So there was that one where it'd be nice if you could, lock the gimbal so it could be used as a selfie stick when it did run out of battery. So if you could have that, I think the M7 does that, and a charging port. So, oh, and more a higher payload. But at that stage, you're kind of looking at the M series. So yeah, if they could do that in the same form factor as a V3, add the charging port, lock the moving parts, and just bump up the payload like another 100 grams. I think it'd be like, that would be perfect. Perfect. DJi for OM7. Hopefully you're taking notes. You could put those into your next one. Then I'm in trouble. I'll turn on my TTS since we're not screen sharing for a moment. Okay, and preview. See if I can get that going as well. Wow, the light looks real nice right now. Oh, scraping sounds. I have to move my mic. It's under my jacket. I'll try moving it. Oh, not enough grip there. Not enough grip there. How about now? I need to reconnect my chat. Okay, might look into it. And the AI follow. And the AI follow? What do you mean? So the M7, they've added AI. No, wait. I think it already had AI tracking. Yeah, I believe all the Hohem gimbals had AI tracking. M7 does. Oh, what they added to the M7 was an extension rod. So the previous one couldn't extend, and that's something I really like about the V3 and the OM6 for the extension rod. I think I need to exit out of the IRL link app, and then I'll reopen. Could someone type a message, please? Oh, I could try. I don't think my TTS is working. Well, it might work now. Wow. Sure. Ah, perfect message. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I love this light. Should have bought my camera. Another one. Take a phone photo then. Get close. Nice. You know it. You know it. Okay, so I'll try a phone photo. See if this works. Tacos. Tacos for the win. Okay, so you need to make sure it goes to the right place. Okay, and try and get this nice light in. Excuse me. for that to transfer. Okay, so that should have worked. Go back to the TTS app. I think that's the gist of the stream today. Just wanted to recap of our gear. IRL gear for 2024. What will happen for 2025? I think we'll save that for tomorrow's stream. So tomorrow will be possibly the last stream of the year. So we've taken a look back on this year. Good times. Look back on the gear that I've used. And then tomorrow I suppose we could look at the future. So yeah. Wow. Still scratchy sound. What's going on with my audio? Okay, so I think we'll wrap up there. Thank you, Matt, for jumping into chat for the questions. Holding the fort. Thank you everyone who tuned in, both on Twitch and YouTube. Should be streaming to both. I want to wish you all happy holidays. Merry Christmas. You're welcome, Matt. Hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are. Take care, and I'll press the button. So we'll ride on out. I used to say walk on out, but we'll ride on out.